a bunch of crazy stories written by the Brothers Grimm. And now you're gonna learn all about them, listening to the Brothers Grimm.
Students and scholars, friends and relations, welcome to the Brothers Dim podcast, a podcast in which we look into the whimsical yet dark collection of fairy tales curated by Jacob and Wilhelm Grimm in the early 1800s in the untamed land now known as Deutschland, including this week's tale, story 88, The Singing Springing Lark, or, if you are reading the story, The Singing Soaring Lark. My name is Phil.
And my name is Mike.
Mike, how are you now?
Oh, it's been a time. We were on a break for a bit.
We were on a break, and speaking of breaks, that's reason number one why we haven't been on in a few weeks. Mike, how is your wrist?
Oh, it's okay. I'm going to get x-rays on Thursday, but I fell off a trailer, sprained or tore something in my knee, which is pretty much okay now. This was like 3 weeks ago, but definitely broke my wrist. We'll see how it looks on Thursday.
You said it was Destination Imaginary. Both your kids then, yeah?
Yes. Well, I mean, this was specifically the older kids' team's stuff. I was taking it up in a big crate on a trailer to New Hampshire.
Okay. So let me ask you something then. You're a parent of two teens.
I am.
You can just tell me. You can tell me. I'll cut it for sure in the edit. But is one of them, is one of these teens, one of your kids, is they your favorite? Do you like one more than the other?
Absolutely.
Oh, really? Okay. Which one?
I can't tell you that.
Oh, okay.
I'm just kidding. They listen to this. There is no favorite. It's like,
Okay.
yeah, it's not like choosing your parents. I think I could probably pick a favorite parent, or at least one that I gravitated more towards as a kid.
I
but
certainly as hell could pick a favorite parent, but
well, we had different families.
that said, no, I digress.
I love them both very much in often very different ways.
Understood. Well, I tell you what, it's good that you said that, because I 100% was not going to cut that from the edit, knowing that they both listened to this.
I know you.
Anyways, if one of your kids asked for something and you were able to get it for them because you love them, but there was a chance that in doing so, one of them would be kidnapped and eaten, would you take that deal?
It depends on what it is, and if I would get it after they were kidnapped and eaten. Like, is it worth it?
Well, I guess that's the question. Is there anything that's worth it?
Or is it
B,
a bird?
Yeah. Is it more than a bird? Even a really springy soaring bird.
My kid was just doing dishes and asked me how much money it would cost me, how much money it would take to get me to eat all the crap in the kitchen sink drain. And I was like, I don't really need money, so it'd be a lot. He's like, $100? And I was like, absolutely not. Yeah. He figured it out. About my limit would be about $10,000. $10,000. I'd probably worth eating something gross. I'd
eat something gross for $10,000 in the halcyon days of my youth.
Oh yeah.
We
younger, absolutely. Yeah. So Mel was like, I was like, how much for you? And he's like, I don't know, like $10. I'm like, yeah, $10 and like a grilled cheese sandwich. He's like, oh, definitely.
Did you pay him?
No, I'd already dumped it out into the compost, sadly.
All right. Well, anyways, I guess that makes you a little bit different than the protagonist of today's tale. Do you have a grade for this one?
I went with an A-. I thought maybe it was like an act too long, but I thought it was pretty good.
Okay, I went with a B. So
okay.
I thought I liked it, but it was also all over the goddamn place.
Yeah.
Right? And not to spoil, no spoilers, but the singing soaring lark, springing lark has next to nothing to do with any of this.
That's true.
But I did like the main character herself. I thought so. I could be convinced to curve my grade up a little.
Well, we can give it a shot and see what we think. Maybe you can talk it down a little.
All right, well, let's see what our listeners might think. So, Mike, you sweet gentleman, if you would take us through the plot of Grimm story number 88, The Singing Springing Lark.
It would be my delight. There once was a man who was embarking on a journey. Before leaving, he asked his 3 daughters what they would like as gifts from his travels. I guess as one does. I don't do this, but so the eldest wanted pearls, the middle one wanted diamonds, but the third proclaimed that she wanted a singing, soaring lark. And this is where we start to diverge from the singing, springing lark versus a singing, soaring lark. In fact, for the rest of the story, it's only referred to as a singing, soaring lark.
It's never referred to as a springing lark once, I don't think.
Nope, just in the title. Yeah. So he goes off on his travels. When it comes time for him to return home, he goes and buys pearls and he buys diamonds, but he cannot find a singing, soaring lark. The third daughter is his favorite, though, unabashedly. So he was sad. And while he's traveling, he comes through a wood and upon a castle. Near the castle was a tall tree And at the top of the tree was, you guessed it, a singing, soaring lark.
Nice.
So he tells his servant to climb the tree and get it. But as the servant approaches, a lion jumps out and says he'll devour anyone who takes his singing, soaring lark. The man is frightened and apologizes, and then instead of just leaving the bird alone and fucking off on his way home, he decides he has to ransom himself to the lion and begs for his life. The lion says nothing will do unless he promises the very first thing he sees when he arrives home. I feel like we've seen this one before.
Yeah.
So if he does this, he can live and he can have the bird as well. The man frets because his youngest is often the first to meet him at the door because she's the only one that really loves him. But the servant convinces him that maybe it'll be a cat or a dog. So he agrees and they head out. Of course, upon arriving at home, the youngest daughter meets him at the door and smothers him with hugs and kisses and is all excited about the singing, soaring lark. Dad explains the situation, though, and says he'll figure something out. But the daughter's adamant, and she'll go as was agreed. The girl gets to the castle and discovers the lion's actually an enchanted prince. Handsome at that. By day, he's a lion, but by night, it's all good. So they marry, and they sleep during the day and live life at night, and everything's pretty hunky-dory. One day, the lion prince guy says there's a wedding celebration at her father's castle. One of her sisters is apparently getting married. So he sends her with an escort of lions. They're all excited because it turns out they thought she was dead this whole time, torn apart by lions.
She's just the lion queen.
Right, yeah. Now she's the lion queen. So she explains it's all good and much merriment was had. The next time a sister's getting married, she asks the lion prince to come with her. He says he can't because he can't be out in the day, but she persuades him by building a dark box that he can stay in. Unfortunately, at the wedding, they discover a hairline crack in the door, and he's turned to a dove for 7 years. He says he'll leave a drop of blood every 7 steps as he flies, and she's to follow him. So she abandons their child, which they had a child, just fucks off and abandons the child, and spends 7 years following him across all, every end of the earth. But near the end, she loses track of him. She asks the son, have you seen the dove? And the son says, nope, but here's a casket, and you're to open it when you're in your greatest need. She then asks the moon, hey, have you seen my dove? He says no, but gives her an egg that she's to break when she's in her greatest need. She then asks the night wind, who has not seen the dove, but summons the other winds, and the south wind claims to have seen him become a lion again, and is currently fighting an enchanted princess in the form of a dragon out near the Red Sea. The night wind tells her she can go to the Red Sea and break off a certain reed on a certain bank and use that to subdue the dragon, at which point they'll both change back to their human forms. Once that's done, there's a griffin that can carry her and the prince away across the sea. And here's a nut to drop in the water halfway, because that'll grow to a huge tree and they can rest on that before they fall into the sea.
Okay.
Got it all? So she makes it to the Red Sea, and all is exactly as predicted. She gets the reed, she hits the dragon and the lion both return to their human forms. But before this girl can do anything, the enchanted princess takes the boy onto the griffin and they fly off, leaving the girl alone again. So undeterred, she searches until she finds their castle and finds out they're to be married soon. She's at her wit's end. So she opens the casket that the son had given her and finds a beautiful dress. She wears this to the castle and everyone is amazed by it. The princess asks to buy it. And the girl says she doesn't sell it. Except for she'll take the price of getting to stay in the prince's sleeping chambers for 1 night. The princess agrees, but has a servant secretly give the boy a sleeping potion. The girl spends the night in there explaining the whole situation, but he sleeps through the whole thing, and in the morning she gets kicked out again. So in her despair, she cracks open the egg that the moon had given her, and inside is a golden hen and a dozen golden chicks, beautiful and wondrous. The princess sees these out the window and is like, hey, I want to buy those. The price is again a night in the prince's bedchambers. The princess agrees, and again has the servant give the prince a sleeping potion, but before he can, the prince asks the servant what the murmuring and rustling had been the night before, and the servant tells him all about everything that had happened. Oh, by the way. So the prince refuses the sleeping potion, and this time he immediately recognizes his actual wife, realizes he's been enchanted this whole time by the princess. They hop in the griffin, fly across the Red Sea, use the nut halfway to grow a tree and rest. They finally arrive home to find that their child has grown tall and beautiful, and they all lived happily ever after. The end. Do you have a moral?
Yeah, I have a moral, because this, to get into it, right? This story feels like a little bit of the Odyssey mixed with Beauty and the Beast mixed with Indecent Proposal.
Yeah.
Which I don't know.
You kind of nailed it.
If you remember Indecent Proposal.
I don't think I ever saw it. Is it like,
yeah,
let me sleep in your wife?
I'll run it down for you. Yeah. It was so Robert Redford sees Demi Moore at a casino and desperately wants to bang. However, she's married to Woody Harrelson, So Robert Redford offers Woody and Demi $1 million if he can have sex with her. And everyone agrees that that's a good deal because, dear God, is that a good deal? Speaking of your kid asking about $10 to eat a bunch of crap in the sink drain. No, $1 million will buy me doing almost anything.
Yeah.
With anyone. Amanda and I have both agreed that if anyone comes and offering $1 million to have sex with one of us, just take the deal. Just take the deal. Best way you can forgive me is by taking some of that $1 million and buying me a box of vintage unlimited Alpha or Magic the Gathering cards that I can just waste on a draft party.
Yeah.
$3,000 a pack Magic cards.
Yep. Or you could use like half of that to sleep with someone else, even the score.
High end escorts.
Yeah.
That's the other thing. That's the other thing, Robert.
And
Redford.
you're still $500,000 up at least.
It's like 90s Demi Moore, but like $1 million, you can find someone that looks exactly like her. But anyways, so I guess, yeah, to get to the bottom of this, yeah. Indecent proposals do work, but like sometimes not in the way that you want.
Yeah.
Because at the end of the movie, Indecent Proposal, by the way. So right, Woody eventually like can't handle this. He and Demi break up. She gives the money to Woody, who then becomes an alcoholic. He hits rock bottom, but then he gets a new dream job. And then Demi and Robert Redford date for a cup of coffee, and then Woody donates his $1 million to charity. And then Demi and Redford break up, and at some nebulous point in the future, Woody and Demi start dating again.
Full circle.
It's a full circle that we're just like, well, what was the moral of that story of Indecent Proposal? It's like, this isn't a moral. It's just a bunch of stuff that happened.
It's full circle, except that now that $1 million is just out in the economy.
Yeah, and I go to AA meetings once in a while. Every time we go to a casino and someone offers to sleep with you. So yeah, try an Indecent Proposal. It's a last chance resort.
Yeah, you never know.
Yeah. But yeah, all over the place kind of, and that's why I also bring in the Odyssey into this. That's why I didn't give it kind of a, certainly not S tier. I didn't give it an A. I saw you gave it an A minus. So the more as you were telling me the story and recapping, I'm like, yep, nope, I was correct. It's a B.
I think I could come down to a B plus. It's rambly.
Yeah, but I do like the girl.
Yeah, no, she's cool.
She's brave. She's got a clever streak.
Not a very good woodworker.
No, but like so much Belle from Beauty and the Beast, perfectly happy to go off with this lion to protect her family. So that's nice.
Well, it turns out he's a hot prince.
Well, yeah, but she didn't know that at the time.
That's true.
So,
yeah.
That happened in Beauty and the Beast too.
Yeah.
At the end, he was a hot prince.
Yeah.
That brings us, by the way, to the ATU type, which is 425. Would you like to guess the name? That's the main ATU type, but would you like to guess what the name of that ATU type is?
Is it Beauty and the Beast?
It is Beauty and the Beast, yes.
Ooh.
And then there's 1 million subtypes of those, and this story managed to hit every single one of them.
Almost like a collection jammed all together with no real rhyme or reason.
Yep, it does seem that way. It does. A classic grim tale of 15 tales stapled together. It's the opposite of the guys that wrote South Park.
Yes,
Trey Parker and Matt Stone. I think whoever there's one guy that's like the main kind of driver, but you need both of them to make it work. And I understand that. I love the show. So, but anyways, he said your writing fails if every time you have story beats, and in the middle of those beats, if you say this happens and then this happens and then this happens. His point is it should always say but or therefore. This happened, therefore this happened, but this happened. And this is just and then.
So everything's a thread.
Like theirs follows a path.
Right.
This is just everything kind of banged together. But I came across this while doing my research though. But so I guess the version that we read, and I think why there might be so many stapled together additional elements is because apparently the first edition, like they just took like the original Beauty and the Beast story and more or less copied it to German, and I guess that annoyed the brothers Grimm when they were like, "This is not a German tale. This is a French tale," and we fucking hate the French. So I think they wanted to make it their own. Clearly, what they did, and kind of has a episode of Drunk History vibe to it with this one. It's just someone, he's not super fluent in French, but he can speak it, but he can't really read it too good. Listen to the story in French and then wrote down his own story in German. Good, done.
So one that was weird is this probably just nothing. It might just be a translation, but When the lion jumps out, he says that the guy can have the bird for his daughter.
Okay.
How did he know about the daughter? Mind reader. Who knows?
This guy looks like a dad. He's wearing New Balance sneakers.
Yeah. He's got the dad bod.
Yeah. Well,
one thing I did, this one's kind of an obvious, but it sort of strings in other things. So the diamonds and the pearls are material riches, but the lark symbolizes happiness.
Okay. Oh no, that's interesting. In my mind, I was thinking it's still material because it's like an exotic animal, I guess. As opposed to, but you're right. It's representative.
Yeah, I mean, larks could have been common. Then who knows?
Oh, and that's true. Actually, I wonder what the German translation's like that, because is that just like a pun? Yeah. Did the dad mistake things? He's for the bird, and she's like, oh, I just like a lark.
Oh, I hadn't thought of that. Huh?
No, I thought that's what you were kind of getting at.
No. Just like the other sisters wanted material goods that are valuable, and this girl just wanted like something fun and
okay, rare.
Like my kid wants a capybara.
They are very cute.
They are. What does the lion represent? The girl has to keep him hidden, and his true form is only present at night.
Okay.
She tries to bridge her two worlds at that second sister's wedding, but it comes to disaster and she loses him. I might be reaching here, but is it forbidden love, homosexuality?
I was going to say, are you getting a queer?
Yeah, maybe.
Regardless of what the brothers intended, I guess.
Right. Yeah. And then
first wedding, he's like, I'm just not going to go. I'm just not going to go. I don't want to deal with this.
I don't want to get involved in your family business.
You haven't come out yet to your parents or anyone in your family, except for this uncle that you have. This
the cool.
I'm not going to a goddamn wedding as your roommate.
Not again.
Not again. We've done this with like 9 lion weddings. We're not doing it with your family.
But then she takes him to the second wedding in a closet.
Well, he went to the second wedding as the roommate. This was our. Did you see what was that thing? Did you see there was like they found some grave, 2 Roman soldiers that were married, and there was like this buried arm in arm, and they were just like, anyways, these 2 roommates. Like Fox News was just like, nope, we're not.
That sounds like an onion story.
I know, and it wasn't. Well, yeah, like all of right wing media was like this wonderful crypt of these 2 roommates that were best friends.
Oh,
you guys, come on!
Friendship through the ages.
No, you know what? I would absolutely read this story. Take Beauty and the Beast, add this other element with the 2 other sisters, and make it a queer thing. I wish I had thought of that for my pitch.
Never too late in the business of radio.
So we can have a multi-pitch situation.
Yeah. What's the symbolism? I mean, maybe this is just go back to the indecent proposal thing. What's the symbolism of wanting to spend a night in the prince's chambers? Why can't her price just be, just let me talk to the prince for an hour?
Maybe she wants to smash.
Words can't break the spell, but if they bang, he'll remember. And this is just like the dressed up version of that.
Yeah. If I bang him, he will come. Bang Nisha.
Bang Nisha. So to tie it back to the material wealth versus, pleasure, enjoyment, happiness, whatever, the dress and the gold chickens that she gets from the sun and the moon and trades for
not exactly the $1 million that Robert Redford was offering.
Right. Yeah. But those are sort of like the material riches, and that's what the princess really wanted, the enchanted princess.
Okay, right.
And this girl just wants the connection with her true husband.
Yeah. No material good is as good as a big O.
Yeah. No, exactly. The symbolism of the griffin. So that's a half lion, half bird, basically.
Okay.
Right? So it's like half him, lion, half bird, her, lark.
Oh.
Kind of, sort of.
Yeah, no, that works. I didn't even think of that. I just
don't
thought
know
the griffin was ran. Good for them, actually. You know what? I apologize, Jacob and Wilhelm. I thought.
And you thought it was random. It's entirely possible it was. Again, but
that degree in English is paying off.
Yeah,
finally.
Exactly. Smart or not, what I can't figure out is what the nut and the nut tree are for.
It's so that they can rest at the halfway point.
Yes, thank you. So they can rest at the halfway point. But why? Why do they need to rest at the halfway point? Why couldn't they just done a smaller body of water in the story and not worried about it? Or just griffins are magic. They can fly as long as you want. But yeah, that's about all I had for it.
All right.
Anything else with you?
No, the only thing I have is my pitch if you want to hear it.
Oh, I would love to.
Okay, so barring aside the actual good idea, because the one I'm going to say isn't super great, but barring aside the actual good idea of like just take this and then make it a queer story, and
Mhm.
I don't know if a straight man is necessarily the person to write the next great queer story, but
I could put straight in quotes there.
yeah, I could. I think it would make for a neat indie Metroidvania style game, something with pixel graphics, with the conceit being that you're turning into different animals, because we've established that werelions exist.
Mm-hmm.
So you could start out, kind of going through the woods. You find the lark, so now you have high jump, or you can fly or something like that, so you can get to this other area.
Okay.
Then there's some neat places you can get, like to get these different powers, like traveling to the sun. Like, cause she meets the sun in this one, so maybe you get bear powers. You're strong enough because of a sun bear. I thought traveling to the moon, werewolf, and that gives you you can run fast or something. I don't know, something like that. But all corners of the winds, getting the dragon, the griffin, all these sorts of things. So I thought, not sure how you end a video game with the protagonist fucking the sense into her estranged husband, but I think if you were 100%
like
complete,
a Metroidvania leisure
the post-credits
scene,
is you get to see that.
You know what's funny is I was talking to Elliot the other day, my youngest, and they used the phrase Metroidvania with me. They have never played a Metroid game, and they have never played a Castlevania game.
That's okay.
I guess.
I use terms all the time.
Weird.
I don't know where they come from. Like
That's fair.
It took. I can't even tell you how old I was when I used to like the word moxie before I realized that the word comes from a soda. Like the soda was called Moxie, and that was the ad campaign. You've got Moxie, baby.
I don't think it ever occurred to me that it was the origin for it.
Oh yeah.
Well, I'll be damned. No, that's a good point. It just it threw me because I was like, do you know what those are? Like, not really.
They're still making Castlevania games and Metroid games. I'm playing Metroid Prime 4 right now.
I know, but now the kids play Hollow Knight and
that was such a good one.
Silk Song.
Oh
my god! If you want to talk to Elliot about Hollow Knight, they will. This was actually we went out for dinner, and I was like, all right, just talk to me about Hollow Knight the whole time because that's going to make you happy.
Yeah.
Speaking of giving your kids things, and so I just got like a lore dump of Hollow Knight.
Well, there's certainly worse things to have dumped on you. Okay. If you don't have anything else, and I don't have anything else,
do not.
Okay, very good. Then I think we can call it on Grimm Story 88, the singing, springing lark. Until the next time in the next tale, may you dream sweet dreams of today's sponsor, Indecent Proposals. My friends, is there something sparkly or valuable you've had your eye on? Well, it could be yours for the low price of letting your partner bang someone who rolled into town this morning. So be careful. Sometimes the indecent proposal goes a bit sideways. For the rest of you, sleep tight, and we'll see you next time.
See you next time. The Brothers Dim podcast is written by the Brothers Dim. Recording engineering is done by Mike, and sound editing and mastering by Phil. Brothers Dim podcasts are copyrighted by the Brothers Dim and available at brothersdim.com, on Blue Sky at Brothers Dim, and wherever you get your podcasts.